Howdy do, my name's Amethyst, and I love Christmas. It's a time for cozy atmosphere, glittery decorations, embracing being kind to those around you, and indulging in delicious food and material goods. But one thing that defines Christmas are the holiday traditions that families indulge in every year. My family in particular likes to watch Christmas movies and eat some gorgeous biscuits whilst opening presents. But one tradition that used to be a staple of our holiday was seeing a pantomime every Boxing Day. For those outside the pond, pantomimes are stage shows that adapt fairy tales, which are usually released around Christmas time. They're bright, colourful jukebox musicals that encourage audience interactivity and lean in heavily on the humour. I'm serious, there's like so many verbal jokes it lasts throughout the whole show. Okay, pantos are not highbrow masterpieces you'd see on Broadway or the West End, but they're not supposed to be. They exist as fluffy fun for the whole family. Anyway, pantomimes have their staples that I've noticed after seeing so many in the past. First up, pantomimes tell stories about the underdog who goes on an epic quest to prove themselves worthy of the woman they love. They're also about princesses who score a handsome prince, even though their best friend, usually named Buttons, harbours a secret crush on her. There's also a scheming baddie who the audience boos every time they show up. I know I've done that. And let's not forget the colour-saturated drag mom, which may or may not come off as transphobic depending on how the show's been written. Each of these plot points soon culminate in a series of action set pieces that result in the villain being defeated, the prince and the princess or the underdog and the love interest getting married, and Buttons getting forever friend-zoned. But that's not all. Once the story is over, the profitable comedian or drag performer hosts an extra bit of fun for the audience. If the Panto stars America's Got Talent winner Paul Zerdin, we'll get a glorious demonstration of his famous human ventriloquist routine, where someone in the audience is given a fake mouth and is forced to say stuff against their will.
We've got the dummy. All we've got to do now is find you a voice. Something that matches your physical appearance. Something butch. Something manly. Are you okay?
Yes, I am!
But most of the time, it was one last sing-along, and it was usually
I am the music man. I come from that way and I can play. What can you play?
I'll admit, I found that song annoying every time I saw it on stage. I think that's enough exposition. Now it's time for the short-lived family tradition. It all started one Boxing Day when we all went to see Aladdin in 2007. The main reason we saw the show was because John Barrowman was in it, and we were lapping up Doctor Who in the same year, so it felt like perfect timing. After that, we went to see a panto on Boxing Day every year, and after Aladdin, we saw Robin Hood, also starring Sexy John. Other shows we saw included Cinderella starring the Crankies, Aladdin starring Paul Zerdin, who was also in Robin Hood starring Sexy John, Robinson Crusoe starring Brian Connolly, Sleeping Beauty starring Joe Pasquale, and Cinderella starring Julian Clary. If you don't know any of these big names, they're only famous in England. Hell, I was introduced to most of these guys through these pantomimes. However, the tradition came to an end in 2014. I don't know why, but we all felt let down after seeing Cinderella starring Julian Clary. After that show, we never went to see a pantomime ever again, and I'm not really sure if anyone in my family misses it. My grandma might miss going every Boxing Day, but I haven't tasked her. Who knows, maybe there'll be another trip if we were all feeling nostalgic, but I guess an opportunity like that isn't going to happen anytime soon. Anyway, that's all for now. If you want to hear me ramble about other topics, feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and thanks for watching.